knows what the day's gonna have. It's supposed to be big winds, but I'm just gonna hunt like there isn't until it's too windy, and we'll figure out what we do from there. So yeah, let's go find an elk. Alright, well, we're off to hunt elk. We've been off for about 20 minutes so far, and just pounding down this trail. Whew. Yeah, we're gonna follow this trail up about a half mile more, and then I'm gonna dive off left up in this little cut. And there's a couple meadows up there. There was a wallow up there 2 years ago. It was inactive when we were there, but we spooked an elk out of there when we went in last time, so tons of sign in there. So I'm just gonna sneak my way up in there and see what happens. Yeah. Alright, we made it to the first little meadow. Just kind of real meadowy, and a creek that runs up through here, up to a big spring up top. So I just really want to take my time, make sure my wind's good. Sorry, sucking wind a lot. I feel great, but definitely sucking wind. It's this tight little canyon. Really thick on both sides. So I just want to make sure I keep tight to the edges of these meadows and wait to call till. It's hard to talk and walk. Just gotta keep going. The mountain thermals are doing what they're supposed to do. Pulling down the mountain in the morning. Always remember that. They're gonna switch about 9-10 o'clock. As soon as that sun hits these other sides, then I'll start going up until it starts shading in the late afternoon. Then them thermals will pull down. But you also have to be aware of the prevailing wind also, so yeah, a lot to think about. Let's come around this cut. Man, there's some good sign in here. Got a nice bed right there. I've been gaining for like an hour. A good 45 at least. I'm kind of to the beginning of the first meadow. See, there's the old wallow. Looks like maybe they've been drinking out of it, but there's tons of sign coming up through fresh crab. The middle meadow is kind of the one I want to sit on. But there's a wallow here. Then there's a wallow up top. But I'm pretty close. I'm probably only 400 or 500 yards to that middle meadow. So wait for them thermals to change, and then I'll decide what I want to do from there. It's not the easiest spot to get to. You gotta go down Gotta go through about a quarter-mile blowdown. It just takes forever. It took me 20 minutes to go through that. Another little wallow. It hasn't been tore up like real recently, but it's definitely been used this year. There's just so much sign in here. And you just gotta hang out in here all day. And as long as the wind's right, upward and onward. Getting all chilly. I got pretty sweated up this morning. It's about 9:30. That wind's still pulling down. There's another meadow about 3/4 of a mile. I do a little sneak over there. Check that one out. Go for a little walk. Gained about another 200 feet or 150 feet. Now it's about, 150 yards from that meadow. And as soon as I came up over the rise, that wind was just going right down in there. So I bailed off of that idea. Now I'm up here towards the top, around 10,000. I don't know, 10,200 probably. I'm just going to kind of side hill this around. I got the wind's right in my face the whole way, and I'm going to work this whole canyon all the way around calling. Whatever till we get to the saddle on the other side, then I'll probably hang out, take a little break. Side hill that whole canyon around and near nothing. There's another little meadow that I've never been to, just down below me. So if I head down into this drainage, I'll have to take a totally way out, different way out to my truck. It's gonna cost me a mile or so road walking, but I don't know, I think we should dive in here and see if anything's around in here. Finally warm back up. Man, what a view from up here though. Pretty awesome. That's a pretty fresh wallow. Looks like it's been worked in the last few days for sure. I got good wind right here. Kind of on a rock outcropping. They never even know I was here till the last second. I don't know, I'm just gonna hang out here for a few hours. This looks really good in here. It's got a really tight, steep, thick all the way around it. This looks like a place elk would want to hang out, north side of the hill. See if we can hear something or see anything. And if not, we'll work down off this ridge up onto this next one over here. But I don't want to go in there till it's like a couple hours before they're going to get up and move around. So about 1:30 or so. Nothing besides those 3 little mule deer bucks. Haven't heard anything else or nothing like that, so got a little nap in. I think it's time to continue down to the next ridge, so it'd be just nice to hear one. Then I can form a game plan of some kind instead of wandering around aimlessly, but just gotta keep moving. I'm up here on top now again. I went through the saddle down here. I was up in that area. The clouds are looking all suspicious. It's definitely raining to our south, but it looks pretty good to the west. I don't know which way they're going. I have to keep that in mind. I forgot my rain gear. Or I should say I didn't pack it. I'm just gonna bounce down this top, give a few bugles, some cow calls, see if you can't get something fired up. I know it's supposed to rain tomorrow, but maybe it's gonna rain this afternoon too. Well, I hopped down off top. See behind me, it's definitely weather moving in. So I'm gonna take the safe bet. I'm gonna hightail it out to the road and get back to my truck, hopefully before it downpours. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's definitely coming this way. I don't care about getting wet, but then I gotta spend all night drying my stuff off over the stove, which would suck. So we got lots of time to hunt. Yeah, let's try to stay dry today. I can just feel it in the air. It's just, the wind's starting to swirl every which way. I don't know if you've been caught in too many mountain storms, but they can get pretty ugly. They usually involve hail. This pushes through. I'll get out and stomp around this afternoon. Maybe go sit up somewhere. Well, we just beat it. It is black to the south and southwest, so kind of glad I made the decision I made. So we're gonna go back to camp. I can see it. There's one like little spot out on the main road where I can get reception, kind of sometimes. So I'm gonna see if I can dial that up, maybe get some weather updates or something. Yeah, otherwise we might drive around and check out a couple more spots and find some place to crawl into this afternoon if this rain quits. So stay tuned. Oh yeah, I just got a good view. It is downpouring right there. So good call, good decision. Pitter patter, pitter patter. It's raining. Yeah, I took a drive out and looked at kind of to the north and to the west, and it is not looking so good. Not like I want to go trudge off into somewhere. So looks like we will be hunkered down for the night. I couldn't get service anywhere, so I have no idea what the forecast is. Not a big deal. I mean, if it's pounding rain in the morning, I'll maybe run to town and just kill some time. But yeah, looks like we are gonna grab a book and keep the fire stoked and try to get some sleep tonight, I guess. Not much else to do when it's pouring rain besides go get soaking wet, and that's no fun. So yeah, just gonna be hanging out in the tent, I guess, for the rest of the afternoon and thinking about a game plan. We shall see you in the AM. Morning. It's the equinox. Oh, it's chilly and cold outside, that's for sure. Heavy, heavy frost again. I had the wood stove going all night long. It's like I automatically wake up once I start getting a little bit chilly and pitch a couple logs in there, and yeah, so I'm just enjoying the last bit of my fire here. It's about 5:30 a.m. I still don't know what to do today. It's pretty cloudy out. I don't know if it's gonna. Obviously, if it rains right now, it's gonna snow for a while. So I don't know where to go, what to do. Yeah, I'm gonna think about it. Have a little breakfast, and I'll be on our merry little way. All right, we're still in the vehicle. Gorgeous sunrise. I'm gonna just go to town. My bike tire, front tire was a little low, so that made me a little nervous, so I'm gonna go fill that up quick. I'm going to a new area anyhow, so not too concerned about being in there at first light. Well, I found a new area. A little trail that cuts off open to bikes, so I'm just gonna hop on the bike and we're gonna bomb up in there. There's some really nice meadows up in there. I don't know if I can make it up that far today, but I think we're just gonna go hop on the bike, grab the pack, and just see what it looks like in there. Just met 3 dudes from Minnesota. Let me get over this log quick. They were coming out. They've been up there for 3-4 days. And they said they have had encounters every single day. They never got shot, but so any intel is good intel. I don't know. We'll see what we hear today, but we hear and see good sign. We are going to go up and get camp, and we're going to move down here because I don't want to drive half an hour every freaking time to get down here. But yeah, makes me feel a little bit more optimistic. So I'm just going to bear down and pound down the next half mile and see what happens. Looks like we're gonna have lots of log walking. Yeah, you can see those meadows way up high where they're at. I mean, there's no way I can reach that in a day trip, let alone by myself. The pack out would just be too much. Some fresh elk crap. Just getting on the foothills. north side. I'm already a mile and a half from the bike, so maybe a little more. Alright, I just heard a bull. He is way up this drainage though. I'm gonna get up and over this next hill. And, try to drop down in there. See if I can get a little better read on where he's at, but lots of blowdown though. It sucks to walk through. That's why you work out, I guess. See a robin right over to my right. I just heard another bugle a long ways away. I gotta find a different route in here. It's taking a half hour to go 150 yards in here. Got a little better walking closer to the creek I got, but it's still nasty in here. So they like, oh, there was a huge rub right down this below me. It is just blow down the whole entire way. I was about almost 3 miles from my bike, so I am not going to go any farther than that. It would be an absolute nightmare. Get something out of here by myself. So we're gonna slowly work our way back down the truck. I gotta decide if I want to get somewhere else yet today or on some of this lowland around that creek bottom where there was all that sign tonight. Just kind of hang out there, do some calling and listening, but it's super thick. So I don't know yet. I'll either see you down by the swamp or I'll see you back at the truck. Well, I think we're bailing out of here. It's plenty early enough. I can make it back up to camp and hike into one of my wallows up there or some water or something. It's getting pretty warm out, so yeah, that's a really cool looking spot, but man, I'd really like to have 2 guys to go in there. I mean, the blowdown is just insane. I think I think there were spots where I probably went 30-40 yards without even touching the ground, just walking on logs. It's pretty much like that the whole way up there. So that would make it really tough for me to get an animal out by myself, which sucks because I know there's animals up in there, but kind of what you got to do, I guess. I mean, that was 3 miles, and that's kind of crow flies, so maybe a little more, but I gotta put limitations on myself, otherwise it's not going to be fun if I get one down and the meat spoils and I can't get it out. That would be the absolute worst. So I'm not willing to take that risk. So back out to the truck we go. Got about I probably got 1.5 miles yet to go to get to the bike, and probably another mile on the bike, We'll be back and I'll bomb up the mountain and get back to camp. Sit over that meadow tonight and see if we hear anything, see anything. Morning, everyone. Well, change of plans. Sorry I didn't get back at you last night, but I didn't see anything. Got back to camp. I was just about ready to do a little interview. Got a fire started, dinner rolling, and these guys pulled in. And all of a sudden I heard a weird noise coming from their truck, and here's their transmission went out like right in front of my camp. So we ended up getting them pushed off the road and get their tent set up and situated for the night. And I'm gonna run them into town this morning so they can see how they can get towed off the mountain. If not, I'll drive them back up here or whatever they need to do. I know what it's like to be broke down on the mountain, and it sucks. So hopefully their whole hunt isn't ruined, but it sounds like they just got here yesterday, so man, I feel bummed out for them. But yeah, puts things in perspective. Last night I was just super down about this unit right now. It's been really tough. The one bugle I did hear was freaking 4 or 5 miles away, or 2 miles away, who knows, way farther than I could get to. I mean, I could have got there, but getting it out would have been a challenge. I haven't heard a single bugle here. Just some sign, but dude down the road said he's seen a couple wolves, heard a couple wolves. So yeah, I'm just gonna bail out of here, get this guy to town, and we're gonna go check out a fresh unit and start over.